Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ailey if you're new. Today's video is another one of my quickie makeup tips videos, and today we're talking about concealer. So a couple of different types of concealer. You're going to see concealer like these in tubes, in pots, sometimes in pencils, things like that. And then you get sort of like these type of ones that are like in tubes like that, like the Touche Eclat and Revolution, stuff like that. They're all essentially the same thing. They're just a more high coverage foundation product, and it is be dependent on you which one's going to suit you best. These types of concealers that are in the pots like this are better for spot concealing. So because the formula is really thick, this one's a bit dark for me just now, as you can see, then you don't want to be putting it underneath your eye because of the movement underneath your eye, it's going to crease. It's just a little bit too heavy. These types of ones, the more luminous type ones, are not going to conceal your blemishes or anything like that because they are more luminous. They're really good for maybe somebody in their 30s, 40s, 50s even, if you want a sort of light coverage and you want to keep a little bit of luminosity, and they stay really flexible so they're not going to crease on you and dry up or anything like that. Again, as well, these little pencils, amazing for spot concealing. So you basically just, I don't know the last time this was used, take the pencil and you can just do it straight from the pencil and just blend it out. The only thing with this that I would say is sharpen it after every use. You can see that I haven't, but sharpen it after every use so that you're not spreading bacteria. Then we go on to the most common ones you're going to see. It's these. So these can be pretty much used for anything. You will get different formulas. This is the Radiant Creamy Concealer, so it's really good for under the eyes. It still does work for spot concealing, but just not as well as something like this will. And you can use it for highlighting as well. If you want, you can get it in a darker shade and use it for contour as well. But you will find that different ones will have different consistencies and they'll have different coverage. So just figure out what kind of coverage it has and what's going to suit what you need. So once you know what you need it for, you'll know which one to go for. So I'm just going to show you on the back of my hand. That is the NARS one in the pot. The one next to it is the Vive one that I just had, which you can actually use as foundation and it is fabulous. And then this one over here is this one's the Radiant Creamy from NARS. So you can see the difference. It is a wee bit more radiant, it's a little bit less thick, a little bit more fluid. You can figure out which one's going to be best for you. So I've showed you how to use the pencil. The same thing would apply for the pot, except you can use a little brush if you want. So a brush, you just take it out of the pot and then you would just do it like that. Exactly the same thing. You just don't, I can't really see, you just don't put it straight on from the pot, obviously. Easy peasy. For the rest of your face, if you're going to use a concealer like this, generally you are covering things. So this big massive triangle is pointless. It's just going to put too much makeup on your face and it's really out of style now. I don't have dark circles, you can probably see. I have a little bit of hollowing here, so we can bring that forward. So if I use like a slightly lighter shade, then that'll bring that forward. If I use a kind of heavier concealer like this or shape taper that under my eyes, I have to be very careful how much I use. So essentially what I'll do is there's a little bit of darkness there, so I'll put a little bit on there. I've got a little bit of darkness here. If I have a eyeshadow look on already, I will use it to clean this up. So I'll do it afterwards. I'll do it right at the end. Not right at the end. I'll do it after I've done my eyeshadow. So generally, I always do my eyeshadow first. So I'll do my eyeshadow and then I'll do this step. Love this little brush. This is a brush from Vive. It's the 119 Conceal and Prime. So you can prime your eyelids with it and you can conceal with it, but it's just the perfect size. So what I do is just pat it on top of the concealer like that, and then it blends it out. And here, don't mind my funny faces, same thing. When I'm doing makeup looks, especially on camera, sometimes I just go way overboard, but I'll pop a little bit there as well. There's nothing to crease there, so you're pretty much okay, but I don't need a massive amount of concealer like that. So you can see there, a little bit of discoloration. It's all gone over here. It's maybe needing to come in just a touch there. But work really slowly, really small. Especially like if you're wanting to go to an event, if you're having your wedding day, whatever, if you're wanting to learn to do your makeup for that. So that's how you would conceal under your eyes. If you were wanting to maybe do a little bit of highlighting on your face, what I tend to do is I'll highlight my chin. You can do down the nose. You want to pick a lighter colour. Forehead, and then what I'll do is one there and one there. For this, I'll usually pick up my foundation brush. So you just want to add just a little bit just to bring, it's almost like reverse contouring. You're reverse contouring your face when you're highlighting, so you're wanting to bring out the middle of your face so that you look like you've got a bit of definition going on. I probably put way too much on my nose there. Generally, I would have contour down each side of this. There's a hair on my face. There's always a hair on my face. So I'm just going to go down the sides of that there. If you don't like to contour your nose, putting a really, really thin line of like a lighter concealer down your middle of your nose can really help. Contouring your nose can be a total minefield. So there we go. I'm just going to do that and pull that up like that. So that's like your triangle effect, but you've only put a little bit and you're blending it out. I probably could have done with just like one dot from the thingy. So you're just adding a little bit, and that's your brightening effect. So that is how you would conceal your face without caking your face in concealer. And generally, if I'm going to do concealer underneath my eyes, because sometimes I can get away with just foundation, I won't pull my foundation up underneath my eye either. You can obviously use concealer as a primer for your eyelid. If you want to do that, I would say go for something like this, the pot concealer, and just use it like a bit on your finger and just pat it all over. That is it. There is nothing too crazy in this video. It should be all of the information that you need. Just remember that less is more. And if you want to see my tips and tricks on applying foundation with a brush or a sponge, I'll link it up there for you. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So obviously, if you enjoyed this video, I have loads more of them on my channel. Subscribe or go and look up there and you will find them. If there's anything you would like to see in particular, let me know. But obviously give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye!